Today we're doing something very special. We're going to be doing a little bit of a cinnamon toast crunch French toast with the cream cheese glaze to go over the top of that. Got some backyard potatoes that we're going to use as some breakfast potatoes. And then we have some turkey and some chicken sausage here. Let's get started. So make sure you preheat your oven to 300 degrees so when your French toast gets done, you throw that in the oven to keep it nice and hot and fresh for you. I already cracked my eggs, so I'm going to get started on my custard right away. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt a little bit of butter. It's going to go into my custard a little bit. And you'll see that this kind of just gives you a little bit more of texture for your toast. Alright, I'm gonna let that butter melt. I'm gonna add a little bit of brown sugar to my eggs. Of course, I did 4 eggs here in this bowl right here. So I'm gonna do a tablespoon of brown sugar. You also need a tablespoon of cinnamon. A little bit more. And you also can do, which is totally optional, salt. And then I got some vanilla here. If it's not pure, you probably don't want to use it. I want to do 2/3 of heavy whipping cream into this. Heavy whipping cream. You use half and half or milk. I would suggest whole milk. Just mix that down. And then as your butter is melted, you're just gonna add the butter into that. Just like that. Set that off to the side. Now, we're going to take some of our cereal here. I got some hefty bags we use. Now, you want to be careful to not crush everything up all the way together. Like you don't want to have it pounded, pulverized. You just want to break it up into nice pieces. Kind of like that. If you can see that. But you don't want it all grounded up and stuff. So, you know, just like basically just breaking it up a little bit. Alright. Alright. So what I want to do is, now I'm going to put this. I'm going to put my cereal on this plate here. Okay. And then I'm going to heat my skillet. Get it ready for de-toast. Okay. As that is getting going, I'm going to change my gloves. I'm going to start my music back. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to make the glaze real quick. Also going to pick up this butter. So for the frosting or the glaze, you're gonna want to use like a food processor. I'm going to use my blender. So my blender is strong enough to be able to get the job done. So. Into your blender, you're going to do 4 ounces of your cream cheese. You're going to do 1/4 of a cup of your heavy whipping cream, and you're also going to do 6 tablespoons of the confectioner's sugar. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to double everything up, right? So I'm going to do 1/2 cup of the heavy whipping cream. I'm going to do 8 ounces of the Philadelphia's cream cheese. I'm going to do 12 tablespoons, so I'll just do basically a cup of the confection sugar. So, and they have the ounces on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 is obviously the whole package. 4 would be half of that package, obviously. Make sure that you take your cream cheese out earlier before you get started. Just let it soften up a little bit, which will make it easier for it to blend. Make it smoother. So, as I said, we're gonna do is half cup of half cup measure. And if you want to just take precaution, just to, just because you don't want to throw caution into the wind, you can do just by tablespoon. But as I said earlier, I know that the tablespoon is going to equal out to. But to kind of just walk you guys through it, I'm going to do let me take my tablespoon out. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait, no, that's bacon. And it's spitting all over your PJs. Stains can ruin anything. Get them out with Tide, America's #1 detergent. If it's gotta be clean,
7,
it's gotta be Tide.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright. Now, there will be some recipes that would say that you would need to shift your powdered sugar. This blender is pretty well at blending things pretty good, pretty well. So that's just a step that I skipped. However, if you don't use this method, I would suggest that you do So I would suggest that, because it's basically just helping you get a smoother product, right? So I'm gonna add a little bit more heavy cream to this. And you can kind of see how well they're mixed. You should have movement. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour this into my decoration bottle. Right? Oh, that is amazing. It's not too sweet, which is probably the way you want to go, because your French toast is on a little bit of the sweet side. So you probably want to be on a little bit more of a, not savory, but just cut back a little bit more. Just to cut back a little bit more on the sugar side. So this topping is going to be perfect. As I mentioned in other videos, I'm not a huge syrup fan. So when it comes to like French toast and things of that nature, never been fond of using syrup, so I've always tried to use an alternative or try to come up with an alternative. So now that the glaze is done, we can throw that in the refrigerator until we are ready to glaze off or finish off our So now let's do some French toast. So I'm gonna give this another little whisk here. Make sure everything is combined together. You want to make sure that your skillet is not too hot. You want to do like a medium heat. And since I'm a little bit of a trickster, I'm gonna multitask. And once I get a couple of these French toast battered and stuff, I'm gonna start my breakfast potatoes. As you can see, I have the Lewis Loaf Texas Toast here. These are half loaves. The recipe that I did today with the 4 eggs calls for about, it'll probably yield about, I want to say 8 to 10 pieces of this French toast. So, just keep that in mind. And basically your toast is going to come out looking like that. You don't want to push it too hard, but it's going to come out like that. And you're just going to put it in a skillet. Alright, and another piece. You're going to drain off that excess egg that's coming out of there. And we might have to crush up some more cereal, and that's okay. And with French toast, normally for me, to make sure that the egg is cooking all the way through the center of the toast, I usually go about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. So, gonna let that bad boy just go, and then as that's going, we're gonna add a little bit of oil. Just a little bit oil to that skillet, and we're gonna get ready for our breakfast potatoes to go in. And so, because we want to make sure that we're not burning our cereal, we're gonna it's totally okay, totally fine to flip before you normally would, just so you make sure that you don't burn the cereal. Go through all that prep, you don't want to burn your product, right? So, I'm gonna let that cook down. I'm gonna prep up a few more slices, and get my breakfast potatoes going. So before I get started with doing some more, I'm just gonna crush up some more cereal. What?
Right. Been on.
Both? Yeah. So obviously, I got a little bit of mess to clean up, y'all. But nonetheless, French toast is booming. Now, don't be too alarmed by that piece because you are cooking with sugar. Sugar caramelizes quickly. So, with that being said, you're going to have some pieces that are going to caramelize, be a little crisp. There's nothing wrong with it. It is completely okay. Alright? Those are going to be probably some of the best slices. These are what our breakfast potatoes look like. So I'm going to let these finish up. I'm going to finish cooking my sausage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and plate it all up for you guys. Show you an end product. Just remember, keep it all in the family.